Alan, do you think sometimes these fandoms forget average Joes watch movies? Outrage seems a bit much on Transformers trailer. Kids and families will probably dig it. I'm not super concerned with the lore. Yeah, I think that is a gigantic blind spot for much of the fandom. And I was not a fan of the trailer. My wife loved it. I showed it to her just kind of like, hey, check this out. Chris Hemsworth is Optimus Prime. And she was had a big grin on her face. She's like, that deal where they launched it in space, that was stupid. Oh, I love that trailer. I can't wait to watch that. And then my kids got home and I showed the trailer to them. And Liam goes, is that a TV show or a movie? I was like, oh, it's a movie. He's like, oh, I can't wait to see that. That was the response from the people in my house when I was like, this is weird. This is different from my Transformers. And I think that is very much where it's with these aging franchises, and in particular with the era that we're currently in, Hollywood, television, they're not doing a great job of creating a lot of new franchises. They keep going back to the 80s, 90s and remaking things, legacy sequels, video games of the past. Like even Fallout, this big gigantic success, it's great. I can't wait for season 2. And the more I think about season 1, I don't care about my criticisms. I just want more of that world. It's an adaptation of a 25-year-old video game franchise. We keep going to the past and grabbing things, which means that the original fans are my age or older on a lot of these things. And what they're trying to do is have on-ramps for new generations. And if you're trying to get kids at a young age, you design it for kids today, not people who were kids in 1985, like me. And that's where I think some of these franchises have missed some of the younger audiences, is that you make that legacy sequel in 2018, 2020, that is designed for 40-year-olds, and it gives me the nostalgias. And I try and take my kids to watch it, and they just don't care. Back-to-back years. Uncharted comes out with Tom Holland. Indiana Jones comes out. My kids were very excited for Uncharted. Uncharted is just Indiana Jones as a video game turned into a movie. But it had Tom Holland and it had just a modern aesthetic to it. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, they had no interest. I could not get my kids to watch the good Indiana Jones movies. They wouldn't do it because there haven't been any on-ramps for younger kids for a very long time. And so they just watch a movie with an 80-year-old man. Harrison Ford doesn't mean much of anything to my kids. And they just see this old franchise. And so I think a lot of us fans, we miss that you're bringing it back. So how do you design it in a way so that modern day kids will like it? Some of the stuff I've trashed with Star Trek, you can't, Picard season 3 of Star Trek was great for me as this person that's been watching Star Trek The Next Generation almost as long as I have memories. And it's a show designed for people like me. My kids have no interest in Star Trek. I can't get them to watch anything. So what's the on-ramp? What do you need to do to get... And then I showed them an episode of Lower Decks, and suddenly they liked Star Trek because it has juvenile humor. To me, that's a violation of Star Trek. To my kids, it's an on-ramp. So yeah, you see the Transformers 1 trailer, and that's tough. How do you stay true to the franchise? And you don't want what I love about this thing to get lost just to pander to the new generation. You don't want to lose the original OG fans that have been with it for decades just to win new fans. So what's that middle ground? And it seems like certain franchises have found that and other ones just haven't, where you just have two wildly different audiences. Ideally, you find the thing in the middle to where you don't alienate one or the other. Most of these clips are pulled from my Patreon live streams. I do about 6 live streams every single month. For $2 per month, $20 per year, you can get access to all the exclusive videos and live streams. For $5 per month, you get your name on my end card. At the top tier, you get a 30-minute video chat with me each month. The link down below in the description has more information.